I'll share with you a couple of examples of estate planning gone wrong. The first example is Aretha Franklin. She actually had no estate planning in place when she died. She actually had attorneys that helped her with her business matters, but she never followed through and did her estate plan. And what ended up happening in her case is she died with no planning in place, no will, no nothing, and her family ended up in probate court in Michigan. So that probate will likely last several years, where there's going to be a lot of people that are coming out of the woodwork, making claims against her estate. And all of these fees, as far as the estate probate process, will actually come out of her estate. So the attorney's fees, where these attorneys are billing by the hour, and you better believe that they're going to make sure that they get their fees. So attorney's fees, we've got administrative fees, court fees, appraiser's fees, bond fees. Creditors are able to come and make claims against the estate because it's a public process where creditors will actually receive notice. So many times people don't realize all of the details and how involved probate can be, and that you're actually volunteering for the process if you don't have proper planning in place. Now, in Aretha Franklin's instance, not only is her family and her loved ones going through the probate court system and going to have to pay all of those fees that we talked about, they're also going to have to pay estate taxes because her estate is valued over the exemption or exclusion amount, and it will be taxed at a really high rate. Right now it's 40%. So I can imagine that had she known all of these things, she probably would have made different decisions, because who wants to lose half of all of the assets and wealth that you've accumulated during your lifetime to the government or to strangers? You probably would want to make different decisions so that it's not a public matter, so that it's private and your family can step in immediately and do what needs to be done. Another recent example is Richard Harrison, who was the Pawn Stars' father. He lived in Las Vegas with his family. He actually had a will, and when he died, because that was the extent of his estate planning, the will was filed with the court. It became a public record, and the media got a hold of that document, that information, and saw that he had disinherited one of his sons. So of course, the family's affairs were broadcasted for everyone to see, and all of their dirty laundry was aired. And I'm sure that had he known that that would happen, he probably would have taken additional steps to make sure that he had proper planning in place to keep things private and out of the public eye. So sometimes, just like in these two examples, you think that you're doing the right thing, or you think that you don't need to do anything, or you think that you have more time, and that's really not the case. The time is now to put a plan in place. Do what's right for yourself, do what's right for your family, so that you avoid all of these pitfalls and unintended severe negative consequences.